Hello, hello. Welcome to Ask Me Anything About the Las Vegas real estate market. I just did a live and I was on mute. So I don't know what happened there, but I'm doing it again. I wanted to answer a question that I got. The question was, is the market going to crash in August 2022? Is the real estate market going to crash in August 2022? And I'm going to give you a couple points. Number one, there are some subtle changes happening in the market. Subtle changes meaning that there's a release of some more availability of homes, and we're seeing that in that some of the builders are actually offering, you know what, we have some homes available. Here they are. This is the price, and that you're seeing the easing. I'm also seeing it in offers when I get listings with offers on it. Some of the offers, the buyers are asking for more things than they used to. When it is a really tight seller's market, which is still is a seller's market, then the buyers typically start to understand quickly you're not getting a home unless you come to certain terms that are acceptable to the seller. Now we're seeing buyers asking for more, and sometimes if they don't get it, walking away. Some news outlets are calling that buyer's fatigue. I'm not sure if that's exactly what's going on, but we are seeing some changes happening. So those are a couple things, the easing of the market. So what I see happening in the near future for 2022, towards the end of the quarter there, is that we're going to see a bit more easing of the market, especially if rates are brought up above what we're seeing now, even though they're very low, historically low. But now we're left with higher prices. So that market will price some people out. However, there's a large number of people that can still afford the homes at the rate that they are, even with a small increase in the interest rate. So when that happens, yes, there's going to be easing, even more than what I'm talking about now, but I don't see a crash. The reason I don't see a crash, we're not dealing with the subprime market where we're on shifting sands with that kind of lending that went on before when the market did actually crash. So there is going to be a difference, but definitely there is no way that this can be sustained for years and years and years, infinitely. So you will definitely see a change, not a crash, but a easing in the next quarter, around this time of next year, 2020. So yes, I do see that. The other thing I get questions about too is what type of loan should I do, and what's the difference between the two. So I'm telling you this from a realtor's perspective, not a expert in loans as like the lender would be. And I could certainly get a lender on to answer some of those questions, but I'm going to do overview and answer that question. There are many loan types. You've got VA, FHA, conventional. Those are the loans that you've got a jumbo loan. But we're going to talk about two today: FHA and conventional. These are the loan types that you're going to see quite a bit in people that can afford with the medium price and a little bit above. A conventional loan right now, we call it a non-conforming conventional loan, that goes up to $548,250. But in January of next year, it's going to be increased to $647,200. And it's needed because the prices of homes have gone up over 18% year over year. And we definitely need an increase. So right now, if you're doing a conventional loan, there are options depending on your credit and your debt that you carry to your income. That's called debt to income ratio. So what that means is you could do a 3%, a 10%, a 20% conventional loan down payment. And then from there, there's going to be what's called closing costs. Closing costs, as a general rule, it's not like etched in stone, but closing costs will run you from 3 to 3.5% of the sales price. Okay. So if you're looking, well, with a conventional loan, if you're looking at 400,000, You may have around 12% in close, 12,000 in closing costs. And then you'll do another, whatever percentage, 10, 20% down. Usually what I'm seeing is people that have sold a home or have a good cash injection. They're the ones putting down the larger down payment so they can keep their payments down. And then if you put 20% down on a conventional, you avoid what's called a private mortgage insurance, PMI. Your payment is made up of principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And then PMI is in that, okay? If you're doing under 20%. So I hope that's understandable enough. If you have any questions, please, put them in the comments here, and I would love to, explain it more or explain it to you one-on-one. Then an FHA loan, and this is really an overview because there's so many details involved in all of this. And everybody's situation is different. I can't emphasize that enough. Because what I hear a lot is people will tell me what their friend did or their mother or father, or how they got a loan and did this and that. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's credit looks different, and especially if you have a couple and you combine the two, the credit is different. And their debts, how they live, it's totally different. So don't base your decision not to do something or not to find out what you can qualify for based on what somebody else did or how they did it. Okay. So on FHA, you're looking at 3.5% down. An FHA, you do 3.5% down, and the loan limit on an FHA, let me tell you what it is currently. It is 356, 362. That is the loan limit. Remember, you're putting 3.5% down. So the sales price limit is 369, 289 on an FHA loan. You're putting 3% down. You still can factor in about 3 to 3.5% on closing costs. And some of those numbers can be controlled and even brought down a little lower, given your situation, how you qualify, and the lender partner that you deal with. All right, so that is talking about loans. And I did answer the question about the market crash. I'm going to keep this really short today. If you guys have any more questions, please leave them in the comments for me or direct message me with your questions. I do want to answer your questions. And there is no question off limits when you have questions about the Las Vegas real estate market and real estate in general in Las Vegas. All right, thank you for tuning in, and have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next time.